A Citra truck and a Rolls-Royce were involved in a collision, and now it's time to work on getting them separated. This video captures the aftermath of an extraordinary accident. While crossing the middle of a bridge, a truck carrying pipes caused a 20-meter section to collapse. The trailer, along with its cargo, partially plunged into the water, leaving the cab precariously hanging over the river. It's an unbelievable sequence of events and a challenging task for the rescue teams. No trailer, no problem. Bonus points for adding some sleek speed ports to the bottom of your new boat. Now, shifting to the US, large HVAC units were being set up at the ELO Harris State Building when an unanticipated event occurred. This incident occurred at a small airport in Nepal, where tourists were recording the arrival of a turboprop plane. They were set to board for the next leg of their journey. However, things took an unexpected turn during the landing.
Oh no! No!
Sometimes it's best to leave it to the professionals. Sooner or later, you'll need their help, whether it's for cutting down that tree or repairing the house. Metal rods from a construction site speared through a car like a pin cushion. It's almost like the universe saying, next time, take the bus.
Roll the window down.
No, I'm not rolling the window down.
Roll the window down.
So please leave.
I sense trouble.
Roll the window down.
No, I'm not.
When you learn the hard way that supercars don't double as submarines on flooded streets. Watch the installation of an LED screen in St. Petersburg, Russia. What could possibly go wrong? This incident will certainly be remembered in maritime history as one of the most colossal and bizarre shipwrecks. The cargo ship MV Golden Ray, loaded with cars and headed for Baltimore, began to dangerously tilt off the coast of Georgia before eventually capsizing. The exact cause remains uncertain, with potential factors including open hatches, improper loading, or even a fire. Fortunately, the shallow water prevented the 200-meter car carrier, along with its 4,000-car cargo, from sinking completely. Salvaging the vessel was deemed impossible, so the decision was made to dismantle the enormous ship using massive chainsaws and transport the remains on barges. The brand new Hyundai and Kia cars destined for sale were left to be scrapped. The sunken giant, visible from various angles, reveals the full scale of the disaster. Insurance costs soared over $160 million, and the cleanup took approximately 2 years. The environmental damage from the wreck is still difficult to assess accurately. A luxury super yacht encountered a tricky situation with high tide, preventing it from passing under a bridge. Initially, it seemed the captain had successfully maneuvered by carefully reversing, but that was just the beginning of the challenge.
My ouch!
Everyone makes errors after having a few too many drinks, but most of those slip-ups aren't as costly as this one. And just when you think it's over, he circles back for a second round. A frightening accident occurred in Italy during the construction of a viaduct when a large crane collapsed with a loud crash. Remarkably, no one was injured. The crane operator reacted swiftly, leaping from the cab and escaping with only a 3-meter fall.
Oh my God.
To ease someone's fear of flying, demonstrate how planes are just large stationary objects when they're not in the air. Bulldozers are incredibly powerful, but they're certainly not designed for underwater tasks. Do you think this rescue operation stands a chance? A friend of the person who filmed this video broke his 65-inch Samsung TV. Ironically, the game he was playing was called Drunken Bar Fight.
Don't let him hit you even once, not even once. So you have to back up, back up.
What about my feet? Oh, I guess I wouldn't be able to see my feet.
Right.
Sorry.
Despite the slogan's promise, it seems that driver will be regretting not securing those crates properly. That's irony on a whole new level. Tanks can handle some of the harshest conditions, but with a careless driver behind the wheel, even something as simple as driving up a ramp becomes a struggle. This video is sure to disappoint wine enthusiasts everywhere. An accident at a Spanish winery led to a tank holding 50,000 liters of wine bursting, sending the wine flowing like a fountain and flooding the parking lot. The workers could only watch as the growing wine lake spread, trying to convince themselves that this year's harvest hadn't been exceptional. This attempt to unload the wagon was a total flop, but when the wagon finally came to a stop, it appeared as though it had all been part of the plan. Little did he realize that Lightning McQueen was in the back. There's no stopping that car. In Baltimore, workers were updating the gas supply system when everything was going well, until they accidentally struck a water pipe. Within minutes, the construction site transformed into a river. Certainly not their finest hour. Even a tiny kitten can have a talent for creating havoc. The crew did their best, but it wasn't enough, and the ship sank.
Bort från dig, men det är inte så lätt. Kamera. Stackars lilla lina. Hej då. Ja, det är... Nej. Oj, vad hon försvann.
Someone doesn't know how to launch a boat into the water. The boat's floating, not the car.
He scored a great deal on this apartment, but the only catch was that the Sahara Desert was on the second floor. Back to the drawing board, folks. It turns out that superglue and duct tape aren't enough to hold a house together.
Guy Sherwin-Williams told me to come look at this. A pipe busted out here.
This place either witnessed an epic fantasy battle, or those cars had a terrible day with a burst water pipe. What's the best way to test an unbreakable TV? With a few solid whacks, of course. With that kind of power, he should be heading to the real battlefield. His monitor stands no chance against such a strike. It might look like the tank is offloading some extra cargo, but in reality, it's a massive logistical disaster. This Maserati got stuck in the sand and needed a helping hand from an off-road beast. Who would have thought the rescue would end with a bumper flying off?
Вот все. Вот он. Все.
It's doubly frustrating when the problem solvers cause even bigger messes, like that excavator turning a water main into a makeshift fountain. An iconic DeLorean DMC-12 met an unfortunate fate stuck in this parking lift disaster.
And duck.
I get the commitment, but when you're dealing with wet cement, maybe it's time to call it quits before it hardens, literally. This DJ sure knows how to drop the bass, but this time, the beat and the equipment dropped a little too hard. That day went downhill fast, not just for the car carrier driver, but for the entire neighborhood that ended up in the dark without power.
Weón, 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 weón. Weón. Oh, hermano. Hermano.
Check out this wild crash involving a Lamborghini. Any guesses on who's at fault?
Go ahead, Superman.
They just gave this to you?
Well, $50. What the f are you?
You gotta be kidding me!
When you order Jordan Belfort from the Wolf of Wall Street on Wish.com, FYI, that's a $22,000 bottle right there. You can tell everything just by the look on his face. It's a situation where everything is meticulously planned, except for the most crucial factor, reliability. Hopefully, that guy is now safe and sound. If you ever feel like life isn't going your way, just remember that someone once managed to let a bunch of cars burn in the middle of the ocean. In Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a city famous for its shipbuilding, a small tugboat named Miss Stacy lost control while maneuvering a barge and became wedged against the iconic Memorial Bridge. The boat started taking on water in this unusual and concerning scenario. Thankfully, within just 10 minutes, the crew of the tugboat Eugenia Moran arrived and expertly managed the situation. Watch how swiftly and skillfully they handled the rescue. At least 5 cars were damaged in this crash. Any idea who's at fault? Welcome to Greg's Green Grocer, where our prices are so unbeatable they might just knock your socks off. This military rocket certainly made a dramatic entrance.
Putang ina! Si Optimum Pride! Puking inang yan, Optimum Pride! Babe, si Optimum Pride, oh!
This guy had a rough go, but the way he drove past was almost impressive.
Успокойте! Бля! Во, пацан!